Hi, it's Apple1975, and today I've got some Cope Cutter Piracy for you on the Legacy version on Xbox. I was utilising the Cope Cutter for two reasons. One, I had an awful lot of merits on board that I didn't want to lose by dying, and the other reason is, well, I was hoping Fod for you would pay us a visit when, I'd be able to mass lock him, etc, etc, etc. So I was hoping to be bait for Fod, but Fod never arrived, sadly. Now I was on the Xbox version, Al was on the PC version, we were chatting. I brought you the video of Al's activity. He ran into about 25 players. I ran into about 5. So, well, 5 that I didn't know. There was a few commanders around that I knew. Dory, who's in wing with me, Super Blaze, the usual crew of guys that tend to come on the Xbox version of the game. But let's be fair, I'm not going to be pirating them. I'm on the lookout for new commanders, people I can get behind and chase and enjoy the thrill of the chase as I hunt them down in my pirate ship, trying to get cargo out of them. And to that end, there were a few people that were decent enough targets for me to chase around. And unfortunately for me, well, Piracy didn't go that well this night, and I really, I had some no cargo free to go, a very unexciting incident, and then this sort of tussle with an anaconda, and I won the interdictions, so you gotta take what you can get. Unfortunately, I believe he was carrying a lot of limpets, which was masking the cargo that I wanted to get, so that's always a pain. Plus that, he also launched a fighter straight away, so that's always good fun. But I tried my best to get the atmospheric processors off him. I tried to ask, but the message wouldn't go through, and it, just spiraled from there. I should have either done one or the other, tried a message or shoot his drives out, and I never really achieved either, which is a bit of a problem. But piracy is piracy. Sometimes the person just gets away, and I was quite happy. I was going to, my plan was weaken him down with the high yield cannons now, and then hopefully, take care of his drives when I drop in next in the time I attack him. I've got a plasma and 2 high yield cannons. I've actually switched that now. I've got all high yield cannons again. At least in this ship I can totally ignore that fighter, because it ain't going to do nothing to this thing. And I do manage to get some hatch breakers off, but unfortunately the small amount of cargo being shielded by the large amount of limpets does always pose a problem. Limpets, it's just random. You get 5 tons or between 5 and 10 tons, and it's just luck of the draw. So you're literally just waiting to see what cargo drops. You've got to check and then go back to it, and it's like, no, I got all limpets, so fire another one. But he's already escaping. I should have targeted his drive straight away, but I was a bit slow on that. And he manages to jump back up, but that's no problem. I can grab him again in Super Cruise, and maybe manage to get some cargo after all. But he's certainly not willing to stop, and he's someone I've robbed before, and he's always proven to be someone who doesn't want to comply, but I don't know if that's because half the time the messages don't go through to him. But yeah, I managed to get a little bit of damage to his drives, but I did more damage to him normally, and like I say, it's annoying when it doesn't yield the cargo. I mean, 1 ton would have been all I wanted, but all I got was limpets. So I jumped straight back into Super Cruise after him. Now he's not complied on, at all. It's going to be the hard way. I'm going to have to shoot his drives out and then try and hatch breaker away until I can get past the limpets and get to the proper cargo, which is, one of those things. It's always awkward. The interdiction was a tough one. For an anaconda, he put up a decent enough fight in it. I mean, I would have submitted so you could highway quicker, but he didn't. He allowed me to complete the interdiction, but sadly he never showed up, which is an unfortunate thing. Maybe the instance, maybe he crashed out, I don't know, and there's no way of telling. It's literally like, meh, oh well, I'll have to see about robbing the next person. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes interdictions are a bit dodgy. And it could be an instance, it could be anything, who knows. You just got, John Travolta it up and go, oh, where'd he go? Unfortunately, that was it for customers, so I actually resorted to robbing an NPC. They're stocked full of decent value stuff, and with the shields on this thing I can't sit and tank the police shooting at me, so I can sit in there and collect my ill-gotten gains without having to worry too much. Yeah, and one of my tips to anyone planning to do PvE piracy is shield tank all the way. As you can see, you get plenty of time to scoop up. The NPCs shooting you aren't going to do anything. Just put 4 pips to shields and slowly go about your business, firing limpet after limpet, scooping up the cargo. That's the best way to do it, really. Aggro, these days, just aggro the NPC, leave them in instance with you, and then as they pass by close, hatch breaker them and then take the cargo. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and always remember,
everything's better with pirates.